At the time of me recording this video, my net worth is just over $152,000, and I want to share with you exactly how I plan on maintaining and then increasing this net worth throughout the month and throughout all of 2025. First things first, from a spending and saving perspective, here's what I want to do. I want to stay off of DoorDash completely. I mean, be in person to whichever restaurant that I still happen to want to eat at, but also cut back on restaurants as a whole. I want to cook at home a lot more, just because over the course of the entire year of 2024, I did the math and there was an ungodly amount of money spent on said things that could have easily gone towards saving, investing, or literally anything else. And here's a surprising thing that I'm going to do a little bit differently, at least for the first few months going into 2025, and that is I'm going to cut off my $500 savings automation. I almost said animation, but my savings automation, I'm turning that off briefly because I'm still in the stage of building a buffer of money in my checking account. And if I'm always putting $500 into my savings automatically and it's going off to a far and hard to access place, it's not as easy to keep in control of my personal finances. So for the first 4 months or so of the year, and including the month of December 2024, that is what I plan on doing with my checking account, is not automating that $500. I've already cut the automation off. And real quick, I just want to show you my laptop, because here, this is what I'm building right now for myself to calculate where I anticipate that my money will be at a certain point in the month. So most people look at the month in terms of like the first half and the last half. I'm looking at it at the beginning, middle, and end, with the beginning being the 1st through the 14th, the middle being the 15th through the 28th, and the end being the 30th. And that's just to help me remember that there are more than 4 weeks in a typical month. It's usually 4.3 weeks. The 25th through the 30th is what's going to account for that 0.3 weeks or so. Now, this is an extension of my smart money calculator, which you guys have been downloading a lot and you've been using it a lot, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that you like the product. And this is one of the most powerful things that you can use right now for your personal finances. And it's a very simple calculator, but it solves a very not so simple problem. And what I'm doing with this other calculator, which I would call the monthly projection calculator, I'm still developing it because there's still some things I'm trying to get figured out perfectly with it. But I'm adding it to the smart money calculator so that you can use the smart money calculator at a year at a glance and then break it down monthly, so you can see based off of how much money you have in your bank account right now, depending on which time of the month it is for your paycheck cycle. It's going to let you know how much money you can expect to have by the beginning, middle, and end of the month. And that can be very helpful, because if you're looking at how much money you should have based off of the things that you absolutely need to spend money on, like your bills and such, then it's going to help you, and it's also going to help me not spend money on frivolous things like the DoorDash and things like that. I can also see the direct impact of not saving that $500 automatically and just keeping it in my checking account. Obviously, the answer is a $500 difference, but a lot of people don't really feel the impact of having an extra $500 a month in their bank account until they actually do it. And I also factor in my paycheck, which I get paid every 15th and the 30th of every month. I have based this off of the bare minimum that I expect to ever get paid in any given month. So this isn't factoring in YouTube, this isn't factoring in business, the Wealth Journey Collective, my book. It's not factoring in any of the spreadsheets that you guys have been getting every month. It's not factoring any of that. It's just factoring in work. If I can master the control of my personal finances at the bare minimum, I will be unstoppable when it comes to all the extra income that I plan on making, which we'll get to here in a second. But with that said, I also have debt. So I have the student loans that I go over in all of my net worth videos, which you've probably seen. My strategy is not changing with that. I'm paying the minimum payment on that every single month until I decide to get more aggressive. But first, I'm going to focus on increasing my income and investing as much as possible to grow my net worth as much as possible, which is more important to me than paying off debt. And that's because the interest rate that I get with stocks, ETFs, and even crypto far exceeds the interest rate that is on my debt, because I just have student loans right now. And with my credit card, if I ever do have credit card debt at the end of the month, I'm just going to pay it off at the beginning of the next month, because that's when they're due. So my debt strategy is not changing. Now, for investing, as you may know, I have maxed out my Roth IRA already this year, and it was the first time I've ever done that, so I'm extremely proud that I've been able to do that. However, Now that the $700 a month that would be going to my Roth IRA, and I maxed out the Roth IRA, now I need to reallocate that $700. So I'm going to put that $700 into stocks and into crypto. 600 is going into stocks, 100 is going into crypto. If you're wondering why, it's because I'm more experienced with stocks, I'm heavier into stocks, and I've seen a much bigger return on investment with my stocks. But I also understand that it's unwise for what all I know about investing in cryptocurrency. It would be unwise financially of me not to invest in crypto. So here I am investing into crypto and being more intentional about it, and I plan on investing at least $100 into crypto every month. Will it happen? We will see. What am I going to be investing in? Well, I haven't completely figured that out yet. There's going to be a few factors that determine what I invest my money in. But for this month, I plan on buying 1 share of Microsoft, and I got to figure out what to do with the rest of the $600. It's either going to go into something like Intel or into Apple. It just depends on what's going on and what I decide for this particular month. And month to month, what I invest in and how much money I invest into it is subject to change. But just so you know, I try to keep investing as simple as possible and invest in the same exact thing every single month in dollar cost average. But this year I want to build up certain parts of my portfolio like Microsoft, like Apple, and even Intel. So I'll be giving you insight in terms of what I figure out as I keep going. But if you want market insights like directly when I make that investment decision and you want to know why I do it right when I do it, join Wealth Journey Collective. That's where I share all my investing insights, all my decisions, why I do it. And it's down to my wins, down to my losses, down to my mistakes, down to all those things. And I also have other members of the group that share the same exact things. The group is already seeing success with their personal finances, so I definitely encourage you to join the movement. We're building $100,000 in net worth, one person at a time. And yeah, the other $100 is going to go into crypto, and it's going to be some mixture of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. And again, that's going to depend on how the market is looking. Crypto market is a lot less predictable and a lot more volatile than the stock market. So I'm good with $100 a month as long as the $100 a month is being used appropriately in crypto. Since I have a solid understanding of investing in crypto in general, I'll be making these decisions based off of price and research. And here's another part of my strategy that I didn't mention. So earlier you saw my monthly projection calculator that coincides with my smart money calculator. Well, that does not factor in my YouTube earnings or my business earnings. Usually with my business earnings, I just reinvest into the business. That way I don't have to come out of pocket for the business. But for my YouTube paycheck, I literally don't really spend any money for YouTube at all. So with that said, I'm thinking I'm just going to use all of my YouTube paycheck, which I've never done before. I'm going to use all my YouTube paycheck and go straight into investments. And will that go into stocks? Will that go into crypto? It's most likely going straight up into stocks. We'll see. It's going to depend on what I know. Things are very much subject to change right now, and the way the market is and the way that everything has been after the election, things have been very different as far as the stock market goes. There have been lots of jump ups, and then there's also been some dips and valleys within the stock market. Same thing for crypto. So I think we can expect to see a very bullish run with crypto and with stocks, which just means very optimistic view of stocks and crypto investments in general. I think we're going to see a lot of growth, but that will not come without dips. And when there's dips, there are opportunities, and that's exactly when I plan on buying. I'm not interested in buying things at the all-time high just because, let me not miss out. Bitcoin's $100,000. I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin at $100,000 like that. It's going to go back down. I'm going to invest when it drops a little bit. And if there's other opportunities right now for other cryptocurrencies or other stocks that drop, guess what? I'm not scared that they're dropping. I'm putting more money in there because I'm invested in the best companies and the best crypto in the world. So I know they're not about to go to zero. That's just the confidence and I guess you could say chip on my shoulder that I have when it comes to investing. And I have that confidence because I've been doing it for years now. And my returns speak for themselves. For example, I invested in the XRP like a week ago when it was $1.44. That's not even the lowest I could have gotten in. But based off of what I knew about XRP and everything and all the projects and the government backing and the big corporate giants that are behind this, I was like, you know what? XRP looks solid. Let me put $50 in there. Okay, That was at $1.44. Right now with me recording this video, it's like $2.82. So per share, I've gained some money. I've almost doubled my investment inside of a week. That's returns that the stock market isn't necessarily going to give you. So it's like a hedge of a hedge against inflation. My other goal for the month of December is just to start really coming up with my financial plan for the entire year of 2025, which I will be sharing with you once I have everything figured out. I have shared a few insights about my financial plan, a few insights about how I plan on investing, but those were not super like specific. It was just very general. It was, I want to make more dividends. I want to make more money in the stock market. I want to make more money in my business. Those are very general. I'm going to give you more specific answers later on this month as I continue to figure things out for myself. Right now, my biggest thing is focusing on my cash flow, because if I can manage my cash flow better, I'll be able to invest and save more and use my capital in a more useful way and let my money grow a lot more. And when I get really good with that, I'll be even better with all the extra money that I end up making based off of my plan. I do plan on also going harder in my business and getting more people on board with Wealth Journey Collective, because it is going to be, and it is, a wealth building, world changing group. And I like seeing people win and doing well, so that's what I fully intend on helping other people with, and watching other people help each other with these things. Because if two brains are better than one, what about 1,000? What about 2,000? What about 250,000? As a group, we can come together and change this thing around. We can make money together, build wealth together, and then give each other advice and be there for each other when we have questions, when we're having a hard time, when we don't understand something, and also be there for each other when we're winning. This is how you build resilience and financial knowledge and IQ and all these great things that are foundational for personal finances. So, shameless plug, join Wealth Journey Collective. Link is down in the description. So, for the rest of this month, I'm going to be looking at what my income goals are for next year, savings goals for next year, investing goals for next year. You already know one of them. My Roth IRA is, you know what I'm saying, going to be maxed out again. But we'll get to that later on in the month when I talk about my investing goals for every single account that I have. Because now that I'm keeping track of every single account down to the nano ledger, which is where I keep my cryptocurrency, now, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to have more tangible goals for each thing. And I'm going to start off small, and from there, you're going to watch all my accounts grow exponentially. I hope you enjoy the content I'm about to start bringing to this channel, because it's going to be something serious. I already have all of this month and all of January planned out for my videos. Y'all are going to love it. And if you like this video, you're going to love this video. Check it out right here.